Let's hop right into it. But before I do so, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Alonzo. What if I told you that you've been told a lie? You've been told your whole life that hard work will pay off in the end. Keep your head down, work hard, and in due time, you'll reach the top of the pyramid. In this day in social media, it's easy to see people, I guess, get their viral moment and they take off to stardom and they reach these different heights that we didn't know were possible, especially with this viral culture. And all it takes is, in some cases, two words to blow up, and you get advertisements, you get commercials, you may even get a documentary. Today's video is addressing that hard work does not always pay off. But before I get into everything, be sure to hit that like button, notification bell, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Now, let's get into it. Now, don't get me wrong, hard work and success is correlated. But correlation is not always causation. Meaning you can have two variables, but you can also have one without the other. Meaning hard work won't always lead to success, and success won't always come by way of hard work. I feel like this. Sometimes people get lucky, but lucky is when preparation meets an opportunity. If you prepare for an opportunity, then and you get lucky, but you understand how to react to whatever opportunity is presenting itself, then you will prepare for the opportunity. Now, if you get a lottery ticket, and there have been many instances of people hitting for the $1 million jackpot on the lottery, and they blow through that money in years, even months at a time. Now, since that person has blown through that money, does that now mean that they're not successful? Because they were presented with an opportunity, but they weren't prepared for how to handle it. Meaning, maybe they lack financial literacy, they had the wrong people in their circle, or they had people who weren't giving them sound advice. Very often, the most successful people are moderately talented, but very lucky. Alessandro Placino, who was an Italian researcher who did a study off of the correlation between luck and success. In this research, there was a simulation done, and they calculated probabilities by exposing the test subjects to various lucky and unlucky events. And they simulated over 40 years, which is the average career length. And what was shown is there was a strict correlation between luck and success, meaning that the smartest people weren't necessarily the richest, but also the hardest working people weren't also the most successful. It was shown that the people who were exposed to lucky events were able to create more capital, which is what success was defined as in this experiment. Now, obviously, you must have some level of talent to create more capital for yourself, whether it's through hard work, innovation, or and so on and so forth. An example of this was shown when it came to, I guess, universities in their research. Sometimes universities, and it's seen all throughout academia, they receive these large donations from private donors, even from government grants, to go out and do research. Now, by this standard, they're lucky because they're already in a position to succeed. But when they're presented with this opportunity, they're already prepared. So this is, in fact, luck. And sometimes we overlook this when it comes to keeping the money in rotation for the wealthy already, because these opportunities are sometimes passed down to only accredited people, and it's hard for some people to break through this wall and shine in society. So, how does hard work and success relate to all of this, and what does it have to do with what I'm talking about? By no means at all am I saying that success is strictly based off of luck, because it's not. You have to do some type of work to get to where you want to be. Now, the thing about this work, where do I do this hard work? Where does it come from? Who's going to show me? What I've learned after doing research for this video is there's this key term that comes up over and over again that some people tend to, I guess, forego when it comes to their early career days. And the people who are writing these articles, they're much older people, so it's smart to take gems where you can get them. And what I kept seeing was this term over and over again, and it's called passion. They were doing hard work, but it wasn't something that they were passionate about. They were sold this American dream that if you work hard enough, you can get to the top of this corporate ladder and live this American dream. two-story family home in the suburbs at the end of a cul-de-sac, and they were supposed to be okay with that. And they came to resent this because they weren't doing something that they were passionate about. And not enough people are talking about they're doing their passion. There's a lot of people who are starting to resent hard work. In my generation, they're seen as lazy because they come up with all these excuses when in reality they understand the, I guess, construct of what to do, as in I want to work and do something that I'm passionate about, but no one is explaining to them how to start, because we all have to start somewhere in order to figure out what our passion is. So we fumble around in the dark until it's eventually too late. And as we're fumbling around in the dark, sometimes we get called lazy. And some of my peers, they feel guilty and they feel inclined to do something that they eventually end up resenting. And then they feel like they're stuck in this cycle of trying to work hard to get to where they're trying to get to, because we've seen our parents and our grandparents do it, that they, I guess, adopted this mentality that, well, I mean, if I can do it, then you can do it with no problem. An example would be myself. I did 4 years in the Marine Corps and I eventually got out. And while I was in, I would always have conversations with my granddad. He would always say, stay in, do the full 20, ain't nothing out here. So just stay in and work. I don't care how hard it is, you can do it. And I would always try to explain, well, Popeye is not that simple to just stay in, because it's a lot of factors that sometimes push you away from loving something. I had a passion to serve my country, which I did honorably. And I put my passion towards things that I knew were gonna set me up for success, because I joined the military for the educational benefits. So I put my passion towards school while I was in, and I'm continuing my education while I'm out. So my short form of success in the military was I joined with the set goal and I achieved set goal. Therefore, my 4 years in the Marine Corps were successful. So how do we deal with these sometimes pressure that we receive from loved ones who tell us to work hard and pay off in the end? I say we focus more on intentional practice, and that's more on the passion side, where you're putting your energy and time into something that could also lead to success, but you're putting more energy into it. So whenever that time comes for you to, I guess, be presented with an opportunity, you're more prepared. So you're not just lucky, you're also prepared for the opportunity, and you're able to capitalize off whatever you're presented with. Now, to hard work and how it relates to success, I'm talking more on the professional business side, not in the athletic field, because our DNA is what we're born with. We can't go in and change our DNA sequence, but I'm sure it's coming down the line with all these new amplifications when it comes to body modifications and everything and all that good stuff. But at its core, we can't change our DNA, and we're naturally born with a physical limit. We can only get so big, we can only be so strong, we can only run so fast. That's why certain world records, they can't be broken. To this day, we have records that have lasted for over 25 years that haven't been surpassed yet, because it's just some things that we can't change, and hard work just won't change it. Now, it seems grim, it seems depressing to think about, but as humans, we have to accept that reality that sometimes hard work does not always pay off how we want it to pay off. My approach to it is I try to give my I try to give 100% effort in anything I'm doing, whether it's research, like for this YouTube video, or whether it's for homework and doing hours of research to respond to a discussion question. Hard work is subjective and how you use it, but I prefer intentional practice, because whenever I am presented with an opportunity or my dream career position, I demand that I'm prepared. And I always say that if I'm not afforded a position or an opportunity, that it's my fault for not working hard enough. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, my way of thinking is unorthodox, because I push myself hard when it comes to certain things, because I demand excellence from myself. Now, how anyone else may see that, that's their opinion. How do you demand excellence from yourself? Drop a comment down below and let me know what you think, whether or not hard work equates to success. Now, it's all subjective, of course, but What's your opinion? Let me know down in the comment section. And be sure to hit that like button. Now, if you catch yourself slaving away on a work clock and you feel like you're working harder than anyone else around you, yet it's going unnoticed, I want you to take a step back and look at what it is that you're actually doing and ask yourself, am I making a change, or am I making a big enough change for me to actually be noticed and recognize what it is that I'm doing? Now, more times than not, you'll see that you are, but it's going unnoticed. And someone who's doing substantially less than you, they're being noticed. Now, what I want you to do is, I guess, take some keys from what it is that you don't like about that person. And now look at all the good that they do. Now, if they do nothing but bad and they're still recognized for it, then you're a lost case. I don't have any advice for you on that one. But for the ones who are able to find some good in the people who are recognized over them, try to see what it is that they do and how it's separate from everyone else around them. Because more times than not, disruptors are the ones who, I guess, stand out and they make a change. Are you a disruptor? Let me know down in the comment section. Make it in your best interest to redefine what hard work means to you, not the standard definition. Redefine what hard work is to you and make it work for you so that you're able to be in positions to, I guess, succeed when you are presented with an opportunity. But that brings me to my closing. Thank you for tuning into the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. But that's all for now, guys.